Can I talk to you? Let's talk about these dance competitions. This weekend I had the pleasure of hosting Buck the Swamp, a competition this Saturday. And what was it, Lake City, Florida? I can't remember, child. Some part of Florida, but it was Lake City, Florida. At, what was it, Union City High School? I think it was Union City High School. I don't know because I looked at the wrong flyer and I ended up going to the wrong school. Shout out to Javante for that. But we had a good time. We saw some good teams and we saw some teams that probably need a little work. So during this competition, I think this is about the last competition of me hosting this season. I'm not really sure if I'm interested in hosting any more of those. I think we need to have a conversation about competitions, dance competitions, and just the dance community as a whole. I feel like Bring It has really changed the dynamic of what we think a dance competition is supposed to be, and it's a conversation that we need to have. I reached out to someone and they didn't answer the phone to have a conversation about it, to see, what things can we improve on, what can we instill, what can I do to tell people, hey, this is what needs to be, this is what needs to happen. And I think I'm interested in throwing my own dance competition. It's a lot of work and it's kind of difficult because I don't have the support system here like I do in Memphis. And when it comes to that and people managing this and that, I don't know if I want someone I, don't know handling funds and stuff, girl. I don't need y'all be messing up my coins and stuff and then you got me out here looking stupid. The competition happened this Saturday. It was like one of the shortest competitions I've done. As far as like they didn't have a whole bunch of teams. I think that's something that we need to talk about. I'm going to a couple of competitions, hosted and non-hosted, and I'm seeing that, a lot of these people, y'all want to, include all these teams, but y'all have about 20, 30 teams at one time performing. It's just like, girl, this is too much. Now, somebody that's done that and kind of cleaned it up a little bit was Diana. Diana did, a two-part competition. I think she did it Saturday and Sunday. And it kind of made it a little bit more inclusive. Like, we're going to do this team Saturday. I think she said we're going to do the babies or something Saturday. And we do the big folks Sunday. And I think that is good when you have the budget. Diana has that. She can put it out. And people are going to come. Like, people are going to buy the tickets because it's Diana from Bring It. I mean, she is like the person that has, I don't want to say monopolized, or if that's even a word, but commercialized dance competition in bucking. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it just goes to show you how things have changed. And we have all these new teams that are popping up, teams that don't even have an LLC, an EIN number, don't have any books, don't know where their money coming, don't even have an official email account, have a Gmail account, think they have a business. And I think it's important that we have to have this conversation. We got a lot of these girls around here bucking on concrete. Y'all don't have any insurance on these kids. If they break their legs, they break their feet, if something happens during these competitions or doing this, like, there are some things that you have to do. And parents, this is for you. If you're wanting your child to participate in a dance company or something, make sure you're doing your research. Make sure that you're knowing who this person is. We've had several incidents of things happening and stuff, and people be confused because they don't necessarily know who their child is dancing for. It's nothing wrong with having your child on a starting out team, because that's how teams get it. Like, we just automatically don't pop up and just have the biggest team and the most successful team. You start somewhere. But parents, it's on you to know who your child is dancing for. If your child is going to be with it, you need to know who this person is, what they're doing, what is their goal. Like, you need to know these things. And I think that everybody think it's really cute now to do it because there's some money to be made from it. There is money to be made. You could just say bucket and people are just coming out because they want to see something like Bring It. But these people that watch Bring It don't understand how the old way of Majorette competitions and even band competitions are. Like, they're, not saying that they need to go back to the old ways, but there needs to be some type of system in place, because we got people throwing competitions and saying they're regionals, and how the hell are there regionals that is not no national thing? Like, I ain't understanding that. That shit ain't making no sense. And you have teams chasing these people trying to get this fame to be on TV, and they ain't got their shit together. Y'all got people putting out flyers with the wrong damn people on it. That's one thing I'm gonna have to talk about. These trash ass flyers, if y'all don't get them together, nobody wants to share a flyer if the flyer looks like garbage. Y'all be cutting and pasting. You be having white folks on the damn flyer, and it's a black girl competition. That shit don't make no sense. I need to know who the team is. Take a picture. Like, it's not hard, but if you're going to spend the money, you're going to make the money. Spend the money. But if you put out bull crap, you're going to make bull crap people come out and they're going to pay bull crap money. They're not going to be wanting to pay it. And this is not no shade to all the people who have thrown competitions and who have tried to throw them. It's just like some free chicken. Like, I'm not calling out any specific team or anybody, but if these bullets hit you and they touch your spirit, let them sit and touch your spirit and your credit. Maybe you can use that credit to throw a better competition next time. But every competition is not going to go perfect. You're going to always have things that happen. I think with this competition, the timing was good. Like, a lot of teams were just ready to go. That's something I'm not used to. With Buck the Swamp, with Javante, I didn't run into that problem of teams not being prepared for the next one, and I have to see what's going on. Like, I've been to competitions where, you know, I don't know what next team is coming. They're not ready. But even then, we did have some teams that were not ready and said they're not participating, but we were ready for the next team. That's something that y'all got to make sure is ready to. I'm out here giving free competition. I'm getting free chicken to this, and people need to be, I need to be taking it. But another thing is the stand battle. Everybody wants to see the stand battle. Stand battle is the last thing that happens in any competition. But I don't know how everybody's doing it, because at this competition, the girls were dancing 2.5 seconds. And I don't know, because I think personally it should be up to count. So if she's going to throw out 64 counts, that's going to be it. 64 counts. It doesn't matter how, you know, how it is. It's not no dancing for 2.5 minutes. It just counts. So get me out. How is stand battle supposed to go? This is a question I'm asking my coaches and stuff. You know, how is the stand battle supposed to go? The stand battle supposed to be on counts? Like, should it be counts or should it be seconds? Because people are doing different things and it ain't making no sense. Another thing as well. I'm just throwing out a couple of things. I already talked about too many teams. I think there needs to be some type of limit. Like, I think it needs to be some sort of system in place for it to be like, hey, this is what needs to be happening. I feel like there needs to be a system like there is with the cheerleading thing. I think the cheerleading thing is not necessarily white, but we see it as something white. It's time now for the Majorette world to have something like the cheerleaders have. It's time for us to have a national thing and what's understood. I don't know how to do that. Maybe Diana can spearhead this, and she is the person over there, and make it work, not just for you, but for everybody. I feel like there needs to be some type of thing we put together, and like everybody sign up. Maybe somebody puts together maybe we pay annual to be in it, and like, I don't know, it needs to be somebody, it needs to be regulated. It needs to be somewhat regulated, and not necessarily regulated where nobody else can have competitions. Because, I mean, you can, but it needs to be some sort of rules in place so every team can feel like they have a chance. Because y'all having teams come out competing with, you know, y'all having teams that have just started competing with teams that have been around for 3 or 4 years, and these teams that have been around for 2 or 3 months are bucking down and getting first place. But these teams that have been doing it for 2 or 3 years understand style and conditioning and everything else. So their cheerleaders aren't here walking around in knee braces and falling out and not able to compete when it's time to compete in college. Like, to be able to do some real stuff. Like, I think that a lot of us think, you know, bucking, but I'm seeing bucking, but I'm not seeing any style. I'm not seeing any precision. I'm seeing a lot of that. Like, and I'm gonna tell you what was the #1 thing I can't stand. I am not here for y'all putting these boys in these damn shorts, these dress out shorts. It took me back to Bellevue Junior High. Like, I used to wear my dress shorts under my pants. I didn't like to change in front of boys. I don't give a damn about that now. But, like, y'all be having these boys dressed in trim shorts, and y'all be having them in the basketball shorts with bedazzled. If you're going to put these boys out here, and apparently, I'm going to shout out to my boys who are dancing on these Majorette teams. Like, y'all have changed the game. I am so happy to be able to say in 2017, I'm seeing a lot of boys dance, because that was something I did not see back in 2005, 2004. There was only one person, I think, Issachar Dukes, that did it, that I know, and my boy, what's his name, used to do it, but he used to just teach it. But, you know who you are, guy. You know who you are, Mr. Sauce. Shout out to all the boys who are doing like this. I need to reach out. Maybe I need to call my girl Ashley. I need to call me. I need to call these folks, because I really want to throw a big competition. And I'm just talking. But, like, y'all be having these boys dance, and like if these boys are comfortable with themselves, like they're comfortable with their sexuality, not saying that all boys who dance on Majorette teams are homosexual, bisexual, whatever, or probably don't even identify as anything when it comes to binary gender system or whatever it's called, child. I don't know what that is. I'm not a scholar when it comes to that. But these boys seem to be comfortable with themselves and they understand what it is. So let them put on some leotards. Let them put on something. I'm gonna shout out to D3 Elite, one of my favorite coaches, Miss Carla. You know, her one of her dancers, Jaquise. I hope I'm saying his name right. I've always seen him, and you know almost what the other girls have on, and it looks really good. It looks uniform. I cannot stress the importance of uniformity. Okay, when I think about uniformity, I automatically think about YCDT. I think about how those girls every time, even the boys, when they come out, they look together and they look clean and it looks precise. When you are doing, it's like a resume almost. When I'm looking at it at face value, I'm like, okay, I want to see what this team has to offer. Now, granted, everybody doesn't have the budget like YCDT. Everybody doesn't have the budget of D3 Elite. But some of y'all asses be expecting these parents to pay $200-300 a month for their girls, and y'all ain't giving them $200-300 worth of costumes. Now, costumes are very expensive. Like, I understand some people do their own costumes. One of my guy friends, Joshua, I think Jeshua or whatever his name is. I ain't talked to him in a minute. You know, he's the coach of the Cheetah Girls in Louisiana, and I've seen him design some costumes. Very talented. Like, that's something that everybody cannot do. But it's a way to do it. Like, find somebody, like do it. And fundraisers and all this stuff are important. It's just so much. Support your local teams. It's important. Like, I'm just noticing that it's like a problem, and this is a conversation I'm gonna keep having, because I think I've done a video, like I said, on this before, but I've seen a lot of children I feel like being taken advantage of, and that's big and that's small, because like y'all got these girls bucking and doing all this and making all this money, and y'all not giving back to the community. Shout out to Carla of D3 Elite during the Hurricane Harvey. Her girls, her team, her girls and her boys went out and did community work in Houston, Texas during the storm. Like, it was like not even a day or two later, she had her girls out doing stuff, and her girls and boys were out here helping neighbors and helping all these folks. And you know, girl, I ain't even finna go there. But I'm taking a magnifying glass and I'm just going over, you know, hey, I'm looking over some things that happened. I'm not disgusted. I'm just like, we can do so much better, because black people are so creative. We have created our own line when it comes to our own lane, when it comes to this dancing stuff, and it's magnificent. It's something that cannot be replicated. White people still cannot replicate it. I don't give a damn how many times y'all try to invite them to the cookout. There's no white girls I've been able to see buck like these black girls and black boys. But and I do also think that, you know, some of these dance competitions need to be more inclusive of having boy teams. There are not too many boy teams, but then you have boys teaching these girls these dances. I'm pressed about that. My gay brothers, I want y'all to create your own boy teams. I'm ready for that. If y'all need some help, you need something, come email me at justin@kingareach.com. Let's have a conversation about it, because I would like to see a boy team like Prancing Elites out here doing it, like really out here getting it and making it happen. But it's so difficult to have it now, because, you know, it seems like the boys that are really good, they go and, you know, coach over these, well, they don't necessarily even get the coaching title, but they'll teach these girls the stuff. So, and it be, I don't know. I just want that. So making it even inclusive, either have an inclusive team or give me a whole boys team. Like, just figure that out. But there's a couple of other things. I think I'll be talking all about this. I'm asking for my coaches, my dancers, all that, what we can do to improve the Majorette community. What can we do going forward to make it work? I'm only interested in solutions. I am interested in your complaints as well, because I think some of y'all complaints are valid. But tell me if you don't feel comfortable. Email me so we can have a conversation about it, because it's something that I'm interested in. I love my brothers and sisters out here doing the stuff and making it work with the little that they have and the big that they have. But I just want to see it. So let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.